In the middle of this hallowed ground, there's a symbol few people have ever seen before. It's the German Nazi swastika, Adolf Hitler's image of terror, hatred, and domination, carved into headstones at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. Get this, it was purposefully placed here by the U.S. government on graves of enemy soldiers. Of the 141 enemy soldiers buried here, most of them were Germans, but two of the headstones serve as evidence that Nazis are buried at this national cemetery. During World War II, the United States captured and brought over about 500,000 enemy soldiers, prisoners of war held in camps throughout the United States. Most POWs who came to San Antonio were Germans captured in North Africa.
They were, still, high on Hitler and the Nazi Party, and we're going to conquer the world sort of thing. And so, we would be telling them they were losing, but they wouldn't believe us because that was, propaganda that the enemy was telling them. At the Fort Sam Houston prison camp, the prisoners of war lived a relatively comfortable life. They sent letters home, wore uniforms with the letters PW on their pants, and enjoyed entertainment on the post. Most who died here were killed by infections, bronchitis, and pneumonia as a result of serious war injuries.
They were human just like us.
Military historian Gaitan Carpenter is researching the POWs buried at Fort Sam.
It's maybe because they did not survive their wounds that was inflicted to them during the campaign in Tunisia. So what happened is that we have prisoners of war, but we have also prisoners of war who are injured.
Unlike other countries, the United States buried enemy soldiers alongside U.S. service members because enemy countries no longer had the infrastructure nor the money to bury their dead. Specially designated plots were set aside at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery. Dan Phillips is the cemetery director.
I think that we treat all people with dignity and respect.
While there are Nazis buried here, not all of the German soldiers were Nazis. And remember these headstones with the Nazi swastika? It's a symbol of the Order of the Iron Cross, the Nazi equivalent of our Medal of Honor. At Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, I'm Randy Escamilla, News 4 San Antonio.